Okay, my name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video, at this moment in time, I've currently got about 4,000 chrono crystals. Let me know how many chrono crystals you guys have got in the comment section below, because it's about that time again at this point in the year. Today, the date, 13th of March, the day I'm recording this, and honestly, it's quite sad that it's the last day that you're able to summon on Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. A lot of people are going to be summoning because it's the last day you can get him, and he won't rerun for maybe a while, maybe a couple months. On top of that, people have just been trying to get him the whole time. Ultras, they're quite hard to get. I've only managed to get about one copy in 30,000, which is not actually the best, probably the most unlucky I've got. But at the same time, I'm not exactly fishing for 14 stars or anything like that, so I'm not too bothered myself. But of course, he's running the game. No matter what team you want to run him on, he has a large impact, especially because of his anti-blast. In my opinion, that's the biggest factor for why a lot of people use him. Of course, he has all those other annoying gimmicks. They put loads on him, but no matter what team you want to run him on, he has a major impact. I've seen him run on Powerful Opponent with Super 17 and Cell. I've seen him run on Hybrid Saiyans. Naturally, he's been run on Son Family, and even just random teams where he's just on the leader slot, like GT. What's he doing on GT? So naturally, there's a large amount of people that want to pull him. He's also a super hype character. Like, come on, it's Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the Cell games. But I'm saying all of this to tell you guys that because it's the last day available to summon on his banner, after this, the game might end up being a bit dry. Not to throw him under the bus, but on the same day that this is the last day to summon on Gohan, it's also the day they replace with Super Baby 2. Super Baby 2, the Legends Limited, his element isn't the best, but of course, he can have some value for the teams that he's being used on. More specifically, GT, Powerful Opponent. They've also rerun Ultra Gold Gita Blue, but that's besides the point. As you can see, especially if you include the bias, Super Baby 2 is just not that guy. Of course, the GT guys are gonna love him, and his kit isn't actually bad. He's going to be useful on his teams, but I think the biggest thing is that his elements aren't good. There's a lot of reds in the meta right now, the biggest two being Super 17 and of course Beast Gohan. They're just going to be consistently run, countering this unit. Even if he's type neutral, it's still not easy to overcome when you are yellow trying to fight off these overpowered reds. So if we're just being real, calling a spade, Super Baby 2 is not the most hype character, so unless he really suits your liking or you're just a summon fiend, like you literally just summon whenever you want, whenever you feel like it because you can't save to save your life, hey, this guy is very much going to be skipped. Even here, here's a poll to show you guys that people that want to summon do not want to summon on Super Baby 2. So, hey, it's not just me putting it out as an opinion, it's really what a lot of people really think. Anyways, making this video to say it's about time we start saving again. Last year, I did a big saving bonanza. People were really on me for Ultra Vegito Blue. If you guys don't know, for about 9 months, I was hyping up Ultra Vegito Blue's release with zero proof. I was just gunning it because of course he's gonna drop. It's Vegito. We haven't got one in a minute, and of course he shakes up the anniversary, so I just expected it to come. He was meant to come in the festival as if that's what people were pushing for, but they decided to drop Ultra Gold Gita Blue. But then we ended up getting Ultra Vegito Blue in the anniversary, bringing the biggest reveal we've ever had in Legends history. You know, they brought out the whole orchestra, did the whole cinematic. It was amazing. I wasn't gonna save because after Ultra Vegito Blue dropped, it kind of felt like I'd lost my motivation in a sense. Ultra Vegito Blue, if you don't know, he's my favorite unit of all time. There's no other unit that I've been looking forward to get, so obviously when he dropped, it was kind of like, all right, cool, what now? Like, what do I do now? Do I just like try hop on the bandwagon hype for other units? Do I pretend like this is now my favorite unit? That's not me. It's just not me. So obviously after Ultra Vegito Blue dropped, I was kind of like at a dead end, just summoning for units that look cool. My interest in saving very much dropped because there's nothing for me to save for. Of course, there was the Ultra G4 hype as well, but then they dropped Ultra Instinct Goku. And of course, that's hype too. I do have him 14 stars. If you know the story, you know the story. I didn't pay for it. But with the help of a lovely fellow, I was able to get him 14 stars. So the last one left, maybe Ultra G4. I'm a Fusion Warrior guy, but whatever drops in the anniversary, it's for sure going to be hype. So this video is being made for the purpose of restarting saving. I feel like when I make these videos, it motivates a lot of people to save because the game can get very stale, and on top of that, it's very demotivating when you go ahead and summon for a character that you really want and you're unable to pull them. It's fair enough in a lot of cases. In my opinion anyways, I think a lot of you guys can just be irresponsible. You don't save a lot of chrono crystals, so naturally if you go in with less than 10,000 chrono crystals, the odds are against you if we're being honest. If we look at the rates, I'm not saying you shouldn't pull the unit, I'm not saying you don't deserve to, but if we're just being real with numbers, the odds are you're not going to pull that unit. I like to say, or from my experience, not just me, but watching people that summon on my stream or my viewers, because I've been doing this for a minute, most people, I see them pull the unit around 14,000 chrono crystals. So really and truly, in my eyes, if you have under that amount, then you're really kind of cooked. But even then, I say to stretch to about 20,000, because that's where there's a CC cap. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when you get to 20,000 chrono crystals, you might have noticed, but most of you have probably never got there, you won't be able to save chrono crystals or get chrono crystals from any of the exchange shops. You have to be lower than 20,000. You might know that they recently removed the one from the actual CC shop where you can spend real life money to get chrono crystals. So you've seen a lot of content creators having 200,000 chrono crystals, which wasn't possible before sometime last year. But now that's available if you spend money on the game. But for the shops, the in-game shops where you can use whatever medals that you have, dual coins, whatever, if you have over 20,000 chrono crystals, you cannot exchange for chrono crystals, which is quite inconvenient. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is a thing. I think that there's already a stigma as well, because I'm a content creator. Naturally, people would be like, oh, you can just buy CC. Well, I don't necessarily want to, you know, not every unit is worth my real life money. That's how I see it. I'm not just the type of content creator that would just spend money just because I want to do a showcase. In some cases I will, but that's no shade to anybody that does. It's just not what I'd want to do. So I don't go ahead and 14 star everybody. For example, Gohan right now, maybe if I wanted to I could, but that's not to pocket watch my bank account. That's just to say that if I really wanted this unit, maybe I would go for it. But not every unit, I feel, in my opinion anyways, is worth that for me, so I wouldn't just do that for content's sake. Some people do, some people don't. It's to each their own. There's some units that I feel would be worth it, some units are not. I'm not gonna run down my whole bank account just for every single unit. So it's also fun though. But what I like about Dragon Ball Legends is that I'm able to work towards something. Getting it for free by just spending real life money, which is not for free, but you hear what I'm saying, isn't fun to me. It's just not fun. I like the risk. There has to be some sort of risk, some sort of working towards it factor. So leading this kind of charge, saving towards whatever's coming in the anniversary. Also drop a prediction down in the comment section below. What do you think is going to drop in this anniversary? I've seen some people say it's going to be God Goku. That could be the first part, or it could be the Ultra. Because of the GT vibes we've already got this year, we've got Super 17 Bomku and this new Super Baby 2. It could easily be a Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That could be the first part, and also an Ultra. Could go either way. You just gotta pick your options, you know. You don't know what it's going to be. Some people might think it's going to be an Ultra MUI. They might go ahead and try switch up completely and add a fusing Ultra, so it could be a unit fusing Goku and Vegeta into like a Vegito. Whatever they drop for the anniversary, it's going to be super hype. It's going to be the biggest thing of the year until that festival starts pretty much. So naturally people want to save towards it, so I'm going to be doing that. Anyways, just to close out this video, I think I should drop a few gems on Chrono Crystal savings. For one, people want to know why I never claim my missions. I don't claim my missions because of the 20,000 Chrono Crystal cap that you can't claim from exchange shops. So now that I'm going to be saving, basically if I claim my missions that don't finish, specifically the Z missions, they never expire, and the more missions in the special section, because they don't ever expire, if I claim them early, I would get to 20,000 faster and miss out on Chrono Crystals that would appear in the exchange shop. Like I said, you can't claim if you're above 20,000 from the exchange shop. So that's why I don't claim my missions. There's no reason to. I'm stacking them until there's a unit that's very much worth it. Also assuming that I get shafted, because if I don't get shafted and I easily pull the unit in high quantities, then I won't need to claim the missions anyways. If you don't know how to look at it, just think of it as a savings account. Number 2, do not visit the summon button. There's no reason to go there. There's nothing there for you. You just press it because you're bored. But really and truly, if you go to that summon page, that's where you get tempted to summon. But if you're never there, you will never get tempted to summon. The idea is to avoid that page. If you avoid that page, you will be good. You'll have no worries. It'll be very easy for you to go on day by day. Just do your dailies, get the exchange shop CCs, leave the Z missions alone, and you'll be good 100%. And 3, the hardest part about saving Chrono Crystals is being consistent, in my opinion. You have to do PvP. If you don't, then you'd be missing out on 1,000 Chrono Crystals, sometimes 2,000 every 2 weeks, which you don't want to be doing. Tournament Power, you might hate it, but it's super easy to play. Go ahead and join my Discord server. I've got Tournament Power channels that will help you build a team. On top of that, choose a correct path so you can easily get 1,000 Chrono Crystals. Not just that though, doing literally every option in the game. The story mode you could hold on to, but those other events that appear, even playing co-op, because you can get CCs from the dual coin shop and the actual challenges available, any events that you haven't completed, you gotta stay consistent and stay on top of them. They refresh every week or 2 weeks, so go ahead and be consistent. It takes a while, but of course I stream every day, so if you want to come through the stream, you could take like 1 hour max. and literally just do everything that you need to do while watching the stream. We all vibe out. That's just a suggestion, but of course it's there for you guys to know. I think the final thing people might want to know is, how much am I going to be saving? I'm actually not putting a number on it this time. Last year I saved to 50,000 chrono crystals, and I was like, that's a big number. That should be enough to pull Ultra 14 stars. For some reason it's not, but that's another story. But this year, I'm not going to say I'm not hyped for anything that could come out, but of course I don't have my sights on anything particular, because again, Ultra Vegeta Blue had already released, so my peak for Legends, unless they're going to drop another one, which we won't get for a long time, at least not in an Ultra or I believe a Sparking Rarity, I don't have my sights on anything particular. So with that being said, I don't have a number either, but I'm going to aim for above 30,000 Chrono Crystals. I think that's safe, so that I don't have to worry about not getting a unit that I'm looking forward to getting. It will be hard. There's going to be a lot of units that will drop that might be tempting, but I'll try to stick to what I have. Luckily for me, I can't speak for everybody, but in my case, I already have a couple decent teams that I can just rely on, especially because I dedicated a lot of my earlier CC to Super 17. So luckily for me, but I can't speak for everybody, so I could understand in some cases you might have to summon or want to summon because the meta literally shifts, and that's fine. That's very understandable. I'm not saying you can't summon at all, but of course there has to be some restraint when it comes to deciding where you're going to summon. So Super Baby 2, I know for a lot of people, it's not that unit that you're going to be summoning for. But other units, you might have to, you know, take that risk. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, man. Hey, just announcing the fact that I'm saving. Good luck with everybody saving. Press that subscribe button, man. We're on this grind to 100,000 subscribers. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.